Welcome. In front of me is an INFINIX Hot 50, and today I will show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, now more precisely top right side of the screen. And in here, we can swipe down in this list, and this will actually extend it and also show us the names of the toggles, which will be a little bit easier to locate hotspot. Now for me, that toggle is right over here, but if you can see it here, you can add it by scrolling all the way to the bottom, and you will find the add button as a last tile. And then when you click on it, you can find your hotspot somewhere below here with this green plus buttons. And when you do, you just click on the green plus button to add that toggle. From there, select done, and you're good to go. Now, when you have the hotspot toggle visible on this list, you want to hold it first time around, and this will quickly take you to the settings. Now, a reason for navigating to the settings is the password. As you can see right here, if we click on hotspot settings, it shows it right here. It's absolutely awful. And not a very fun password to type in yourself, so I will just straight up get rid of it and set up one that is a little bit easier to remember and also faster to type in. So I'm going to make it just 1 through 8. Now 8 is the minimum amount of characters that your password will need to have, and it can be letters, numbers, it doesn't really matter. I chose just numbers for the simplicity of it. Now taking a look at other options below here, we have things like AP band, and it's set to 2.4 gigahertz, but we also have 5 gigahertz option. Now there isn't much info right here. And generally, some devices do kind of notify you that 2.4 is more compatible, while 5 is faster. Now, generally, I will tell you to use 2.4 for the most part, as mobile network is not the best when it comes down to speeds. So, for instance, my device has like 60 megabits top speed, and that is extending under a 5G tower. So I like maximum capacity of my network that I have. I am well in the capability of the 2.4 network, so I don't need anything faster. So that's obviously becoming redundant for me. And the benefit of the 2.4 is the fact that it is compatible with literally every device that would have any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity. Now 5 might be faster and might have some other benefits, but they kind of get overshadowed by just the fact that it's still mobile network and a phone. So for instance, the speed, cool that the network is faster, but it doesn't really matter if the device can't really output this much speed for this network to even utilize it. So it just becomes pointless. Additional benefits of the 5 gigahertz network would be things like, for instance, the amount of people that can connect to it at a single given moment. Now, the one option that will matter here for the 5 gigahertz between the 2.4 will matter to people that will live in a heavily populated areas. So if you maybe live in New York City, there most likely will be a shitload of 2.4 gigahertz network. And this will basically cause a traffic between those networks, and they will be interfering with each other. It's like if you imagine a intersection where basically there's no lights and stupid people in cars don't know how to drive, so basically you got a traffic. So that's kind of the 2.4 analogy right here, while 5 gigahertz is just a smoothly operating highway, multi-lane highway. So you have the same amount of people, but they move much faster, and obviously they're not interfering with each other. So like I said, if you're struggling in a densely populated area with your 2.4 gigahertz network, you could change it to 5, and hopefully that will solve it. But the downside still maintains that if a device doesn't support 5 gigahertz, then obviously, even though you select it right here, the device that you're trying to connect with it just straight up won't see the hotspot and won't be able to connect to it because it just doesn't support the 5 gigahertz. Now, most devices nowadays do, but older ones might not. So you can always test it out and enable this and see if the device that you want to connect to this hotspot with sees your network. If it does, great, it supports it. If it doesn't, then it probably doesn't support 5 gigahertz, and all you would do is go back here and change it back to 2.4. So anyway, that's basically everything here. Now, when you change the password or any other options, make sure you click on the check mark right here to obviously save those changes. And one last thing that I want to point out, in the hotspot options right here, we do have this toggle enabled by default. I personally like to have it enabled, but hey, you might not. And it basically turns off hotspot automatically if no devices are connected for 10 minutes. Now, it's a very good one here because it interacts with the hotspot based on device connected, unlike other devices that would do this based on data usage. Now, you can be connected, but not be using data. And obviously, in 10 minutes of not using data while still being connected and technically using your device, it would turn itself off. Here, on the other hand side, it's waiting for the device to first disconnect, which means that you typically would be done using it. And if it's for something like a laptop, that would mean that you close the lid, the device goes into sleep mode, and therefore disconnects from your hotspot, triggering the 10-minute timer, at which point the device will turn it off for you. And this is good because hotspot will consume more of your phone's battery, so when you're not using it, done using it, it's pretty good that the device can turn it off for you to basically preserve needless battery drain. Now, when everything is set up, you can just find this toggle now and simply tap on it to turn it on. And you can now connect with other devices to this hotspot with and utilize this device mobile network on other devices. Once you're done with it, you can also turn it off prematurely. You don't need to wait for that 10-minute timer. You can just click on this toggle for the second time, and this will obviously disable it. So, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.